Hey guys, today I want to talk about Williams wrenches and some of the problems you're going to find if you use Williams wrenches. Now, if you're not familiar with wrenches from Williams, they are a derivative of Snap-on, or a brand of Snap-on. There's another one called Baco. It's under their industrial brands. And in the 90s, I bought a lot of Snap-on tools and a lot of Williams tools from my local Snap-on guy. I guess there's a Ford plant here, and I think Ford uses Williams as their brand. And he had something to do with them or whatever, so he'd periodically have good deals on Williams tools. And I bought a bunch. He said, same warranty. If I had a problem, you'd swap it out, no problem. Anyways, later in life, I found out there is a problem. It all stems from this 3/4 inch wrench. Alright. So one day I had to have a short, stubby wrench. Not a little one, but one about that long. So I took a torch and I cut it. No problem. I didn't expect to get this warranty replaced. This is my wrench. I cut it. It's mine. I used it for what I needed. Customer's happy. I noticed that when I was buying these tools, they were, identical to the Snap-on. When I say identical, I mean the fit, the feel, the length, everything. It's the same. And you can see that's roughly the same size. I mean, it wasn't chrome. I'm like, cool, I don't need chrome. Chrome don't get you home, right? That's the way I always looked at it. And Snap-on makes a black oxide wrench. Let me point out a couple things, first of all, about these wrenches, because I saw a video the other day about Wright tools. There's like 3 USA manufacturers for wrenches. It's I think it's Wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, Snap-on, which Williams is also USA made, and Proto. And they showed this video where the Snap-on wrench was rounding off the bolt, but the Wright tool would break the head off because you could, without stripping the bolt. And the reason why is Snap-on invented this technology called flank drive, and they did it a long time ago. And basically how it works is that you see this little dip right here. This little dip allows the corner or the point of a fastener to kind of fall down in there, and lets the side engage the the wrench, the flat part of the fastener. And these little teeth grab onto it, and they won't let go, and you'll be able to turn the head off a bolt before it rounds off the edges. The problem with this is it mars the fastener. You get these little marks in it. And so you got chrome fasteners, it'll actually flake up the chrome if you're really putting the beans to it, And so they were demoing a standard wrench in Snap-on versus this flank drive technology, whatever they want to call it, from Wright. This is the kind of wrench they were using. And basically, I think the patent has run out on this, so other people are allowed to use it. On the box end side, you can see, like, we all used to use Craftsman because of the warranty, and you just break a tool, you go to Sears, get a new one. But this is the way all their wrenches have been. It's got a point in the valley and a point at the peak. Point at the valley, point at the peak. And basically, this engages the points of a bolt. Well, if you look at a Snap-on, you see that's all radiused off. The points and the valleys are radiused. This engages more of the side of the fastener, right? And the reason why I say this is when I was trying to replace this BXOE24, not warranty it, replace it, I bought a BXOE24. But as you can see, it's even shorter than the cut wrench. Well, obviously, because the wrench is shorter, right? So let's overlap it. And you can see now it's about the same size. If I overlap it about 1/2 inch. It's because these are 2 different wrenches. This is an early version, and they didn't make any changes to the model number, even though they changed the wrenches. Now, I bought these with the Snap-on wrenches that I was buying, this BXOE24, but I guess they had made that wrench before. And if you look at this side of it, it's just like that Craftsman. sharp points, sharp valleys, sharp points, sharp valleys. You can see it's the same, sharp, sharp. Whereas this one here is radiused, just like the Snap-on one is radiused. So I did find the right BXOE24 after buying a second one. And let's compare the two Williams wrenches together. Two BXOE24s. This isn't manufacturing tolerance differences. This is a completely different wrench. We'll stack that one on there. Let's get it lined up. Alright, there's lined up. And you can see it's like a 1/2 inch shorter. Not to mention, it's not radiused, it's points. So, inconsistencies in manufacturing, that's one of the things that I don't like about Williams. But you know what? So what? Big deal. They upgraded their stuff to a newer model. That's okay. Here's the big problem. Warranty. Williams warranties their stuff, but they're going to run you through the ringer. So I had Snap-on return, call up Snap-on, because believe it or not, if you go to a Snap-on truck that you don't have an account with, they're going to ask you a bunch of questions. Because these guys are independent business owners, a lot of them, and it costs them money to mail stuff off and take care of their customers. Well, if you didn't buy your stuff from them, they're apprehensive to do work with you. So they want to know who your dealer was, and they want you to go through him, yada, yada. But you don't have to do all that mess. Just go on Snap-on's website, get their number, call them up. They're going to ask you what tool you have, and they're going to say, okay, if we don't have that, we'll replace it with the one that's new. So I had an F702, and they replaced it with an F80. They're going to ask you what it is. They're going to give you an RMA listing all the tools that you're going to be sending in. And it's like return to manufacturer authorization. And then they're going to send you an email. They're going to ask you what your email is. And they're going to send you a mailing label. You put on the box, call UPS, have them come pick it up or drop it off. And a week later, you'll have your new tools. And when I say new tools, they're going to send you brand new tools. So I got a new ratchet, a new hook tool I busted the end off of. They gave me a brand new one. A pair of needle nose pliers that I had that weren't as tight as they used to be. There was a little deviation in them. I had a 3 screwdriver ratcheting set, and they don't make that anymore, so they sent me one that's like a 6-piece set with the whole magnetic kit, but I already have that magnetic kit. I bought it when I bought my last set. But anyways, these pop in and pop out. You get a ratcheting, a nut driver, one that will hold sockets. You get a long one, a medium one, and a stubby. And like I said, these just pop out. And you put in the new shaft, and you've got a ratcheting nut driver or a ratcheting screwdriver. It comes in a set. And I did the math on what each one of the 3 screwdrivers that I sent in cost, and it ended up being like $200, and so it was like $85 for the long one, $71 for the medium one, $66.50 for the stubby, and ended up being $232.50. Well, if you look at their 8-piece ratcheting kit, it's like $465. They upgraded me for free. I had some Blue Point side cutters, and they're made by Nipex. They even warranted those, gave me brand new ones in the box, and there was no questions asked. Let's get back to Williams, how they do things. So I was on the phone with Williams, and I said, okay, and this is right after my Snap-on experience, and I said, I got a ratchet that needs to get fixed, because basically I pulled it apart, and I looked inside, and there's this little stud that engages a spring that moves left or right and engages forward or reverse paw to let the ratchet function. That little bitty stud sheared off. I mean, and it's like hair thin. It's smaller than a pencil lead. The stud that the spring sits on broke off. So anyway, so I was like, okay, I want to send this in. Can I get a RMA and a shipping label? And they said, whoa, we don't do things like that. You got to go on the website, download the form, mail it in, so you got to pay for it to be shipped, and then in 4 to 6 weeks they'll either repair it or replace it. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Is this the way you guys do stuff? Because when you call them, they answer the phone Snap-on. They don't answer at Williams. They say Snap-on. And you're like, okay, can I talk to the Williams people? They're like, oh yeah, that's us. And that was the deal. Go get the form online, fill it out, ship it in 4 to 6 weeks, we'll either fix your stuff or replace it. Well, in this day and age, 4 to 6 weeks is forever, guys. If you buy Tecton, they make great products. Some of them are made in the United States. But anyways, you break something, you send it in, they'll get it back to you. Right? Snap-on, they're going to take care of you. Proto, they're going to take care of you. Not 4 to 6 weeks. Hell, even Harbor Freight, you walk in, you get a brand new tool. No questions asked. So I asked to speak to a manager at Williams, and they said, I'll have to email him, and he'll call you maybe or whatever. So a week later, the dude calls me. I think his name's Mike or something like that. And he's like, so what's the deal? Where'd you get it at? How long you had it? You got a receipt for it? All this stuff. I'm like, man, I bought this thing in the 90s, man. I got a whole bunch of Williams tools. And he said, where'd you get them? I said, from the Snap-on guy. He goes, what Snap-on guy? I said, dude, I've been to like 10 different shops. I don't remember which Snap-on guy it is, man. What do you want me to tell you? I don't have the information. I don't have a receipt. He's like, well, so what's the problem? And I told him what the problem was. He's like, so you need a repair kit. And I'm like, okay. And right about that point, I'm on the cell phone driving down the road. The call drops. He didn't even bother calling me back. I don't have his information. I've already had to call in, have an email sent to him, and then wait a week. But now the call drops, so I haven't heard from the guy at all. So that's the kind of customer service you can expect from Williams. And so if you're going to buy tools from Williams, maybe a great deal if you're a Ford Motor Company and have a rep that's going to take care of you. But as an individual, person that's going to be wrenching on stuff and, you know, working on things and need your tools, I don't recommend Williams at all. I would rather have a Harbor Freight ratchet, knowing that I could get it fixed if I break it, than a Williams made in the USA wrench or ratchet that has the crappy customer service that I dealt with. So there you have it. Not only do they have poor nomenclature because they have same model number on two different, completely different wrenches, their warranty sucks. All right, guys. See ya.